In the heart of Edinburgh's historic Greyfriars Kirkyard lies a story that intertwines the grim realities of 17th century Scotland with tales of ghostly phenomena that have captivated both sceptics and believers. The central character of these tales is Sir George McKenzie, known infamously as Bloody MacKenzie, a person whose life actions and alleged afterlife hauntings paint a dark picture of a man whose legacy extends far beyond his mortal existence. The story begins during a period in Scotland's history marked by religious strife and political upheaval. In the mid-1600s, the Covenantors, a group of Presbyterian dissenters, opposed the imposition of Anglican laws by King Charles II. In response, the king appointed Sir George McKenzie as a Lord Advocate. McKenzie, a brilliant yet ruthless lawyer, was charged with suppressing these religious dissenters. Mackenzie's tactics were notoriously ruthless, rooted in a legal framework that he wielded with precision and harshness. He arranged widespread arrests across Scotland, targeting those who attended unauthorised Presbyterian meetings or who vocally opposed the king's religious policies. These arrests were often conducted with little regard for due process, and those detained faced brutal conditions. Mackenzie's direct involvement in these arrests underscored his commitment to extinguishing what he viewed as a significant threat to royal authority. Under Mackenzie's oversight, trials were swiftly conducted, and many were little more than formalities, leading to predetermined sentences. His legal proceedings were marked by a lack of fairness, often relying on thin evidence or coerced confessions. Convictions often led to severe punishments, including execution or exile, which Mackenzie pursued with zeal, believing such measures are necessary to maintain both religious uniformity and political stability. Perhaps most infamously, Mackenzie converted part of Greyfriars Kirkyard into an open-air prison where hundreds of Covenanters were confined. This area, notoriously known as the Covenanters' Prison, was little more than the walled section of the graveyard, exposed to the harsh elements of Edinburgh's climate. Conditions were dire. Overcrowding was common, sanitation was poor, and many prisoners succumbed to disease or malnutrition. The survival rate was low and the suffering immense, with Mackenzie showing little sympathy or regard for the welfare of those imprisoned. Such was the brutality of Mackenzie's actions that he often left many of the bodies lying where they were or had them hoisted up on the wall as a warning to others. This harshness left a lasting legacy in Scottish history, painting him as a figure of cruelty and oppression. His relentless pursuit of the Covenanters not only exemplified his loyalty to the crown, but also his disregard for humanitarian considerations in the face of political and religious objectives. This period under his authority is also remembered as one of the darkest chapters in the struggle for religious freedom in Scotland. Even now, there's an enduring animosity and resentment that colours his legacy, contributing significantly to the tales of hauntings and the notorious reputation that followed him beyond death. Despite his formidable presence in life, Mackenzie's death in 1691 was unremarkable. He was buried in Greyfriars Kirkyard, within a stone's throw of the very prison where he'd condemned so many. His tomb, known as the Black Mausoleum, became a focal point for the tales that would soon emerge. The legend of Mackenzie's poltergeist started to take shape in 1998, when a homeless man seeking shelter broke into the Black Mausoleum. It's said his intrusion disturbed the resting place, reportedly awakening Mackenzie's restless spirit. This event marked the beginning of numerous reports of paranormal activity, including unexplained injuries, sightings of apparitions, and eerie sensations experienced by visitors to the kirkyard. Over the years, the accounts of encounters with Mackenzie have become more detailed and more disturbing. Some visitors have reported sudden temperature drops, physical attacks resulting in scratches and bruises, and even more violent occurrences where individuals felt as though they were being strangled or pushed by unseen forces. Notably, an ex-police officer reported deep scratches appearing on his neck after visiting the mausoleum, and others have recounted feeling an oppressive atmosphere that followed them long after leaving Greyfriars. One of the most harrowing incidents involved a woman who was found unconscious near Mackenzie's tomb. According to reports, she had visited the kirkyard out of curiosity about the legendary poltergeist, but was later discovered in a state of collapse. Those who found her reported that she had bruises around her neck, as if she'd been strangled by an unseen assailant. This incident added a sinister layer to the lore surrounding Mackenzie's poltergeist, suggesting that the spirit's interactions could be not only frightening, but potentially life-threatening. Other visitors to the mausoleum have reported experiencing sudden drops in temperature, hearing unexplained noises, or seeing fleeting shadows that dart through the tombstones. Some have reported hearing whispers or groans that seem to emanate from the walls of the mausoleum itself. Some of these visitors leave the kirkyard feeling emotionally and psychologically drained, a testament to the intense and unsettling nature of their experiences. For some, these encounters are merely thrilling adventures into the paranormal, but for others, these effects can linger, manifesting as nightmares or a persistent sense of unease. While some skeptics attribute these experiences to psychological effects or environmental factors, the consistency and intensity of reports have led others to believe in the presence of genuine paranormal phenomena. Numerous investigations have attempted to document these occurrences, employing modern technology to capture evidence of the supernatural. But there remains a huge division between those who believe and those who don't. Today, the tale of Bloody MacKenzie continues to captivate and horrify. The legacy of his actions during the covenantor's persecution and the stories of hauntings at his tomb serve as dark reminders of Scotland's past. Whether viewed through the lens of history or through the stories of ghostly lore, Mackenzie remains a potent symbol of the intersection between historical cruelty and paranormal legend.